We bring you the morning edition of MBC News with me, Obile Kaisa. The headlines. Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah urges councils to prioritize vulnerable groups in the ongoing lean season response program. Science and environmental journalists challenged to take a leading role in reshaping communication regarding climate change and the environment. And police in South Africa launch a manhunt for the suspects of a shooting that has killed 9 people and left 10 others wounded. And now the news in detail. Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah has urged councils to prioritize vulnerable groups like child-headed households, persons with albinism and the elderly in the ongoing lean season response program. Speaking in Mzimba in Nkhani, Dr. Ansah said that combined impacts of drought, rising living costs and economic challenges have pushed many households into severe food insecurity. George Mkandawira reports.
Speaking in Nkhani and Mzimba districts, the Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah said it is the wish of the current government to make sure that no Malawian dies of hunger, hence distributing the maize. Dr. Ansah therefore urged district councils to strengthen oversight mechanisms and ensure that vulnerable groups such as child-headed households, persons with albinism, and the elderly are prioritized. Meanwhile, the Vice President has called on people to avoid committing suicide whenever they have issues.
It's very sad and unfortunate that young people, both women and men, are resorting to suicide because they are desperate. They feel maybe they don't have anywhere to go, and they feel that the only way out of the problem is to kill themselves. But we know that this life is not the end. There's life after death. So depending on how you behave, if you take life, you have killed yourself. And I believe that the end is not good. They will end up in hell. So I am calling on all people that are desperate to have hope. You can see that with the new government, things have already started changing. Goods prices are going down. We are having fuel. And above all, there's that 5 billion kwacha to each constituency. This 5 billion kwacha, when it is used in the constituency, it will also create jobs.
On his part, Dodma Commissioner Wilson Morin said government is assisting 4 million Malawians following Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Committee findings confirming widespread hunger. On their part, Paramount Chief Mbero of Mzimba and Senior Chief Timbiri of Nkhani have since commended government for their timely intervention, noting that hunger has become a growing challenge for many communities. George Nkandawire, MBC, Mzimba.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Ben Piri has appealed to individuals and organizations of goodwill to heed President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's call to assist hunger-affected households during the lean period. Piri made the remarks at Satemo Ground in Tiolo during the distribution of relief food packs to 1,000 households from Tiolo by Muslim Disaster Relief Aid Madra, a consortium of 10 Muslim local and international charity organizations assisting hunger-stricken households. Chisomo Break reports.
The minister stated that the food situation on the ground is dire and it needs a collective approach to reach out to all the affected households across the country.
The biggest resource that we have are people, and when people are suffering, they can contribute positively to the economies of different companies and indeed the economy of a country. When we aid people like these ones, then they become productive. So I'm calling on all of them to really respond to the President's call of calling all different individuals and organizations to get together and assist the government in helping the people.
Muslim Disaster Relief Aid Communications Director Ibrahim Omar said they are mobilizing 1 billion kwacha to reach out to 15,000 households with relief assistance across the country.
consortium of Madra was formed under the plea of the president, where a lot of people in Malawi are facing starvation. As we know, the reports which have recently been released, over 4 million people in Malawi are facing starvation. So Madra, which is Muslim Relief Aid Malawi, Muslim Disaster Relief Aid Malawi, has come onto the ground in collaboration with a lot of NGOs such as Al Mahmoud, LMJ, Bilal Trust, MYU, Ashraful Aid, Drop of Compassion, and many more organizations who have come in under the Muslim body to make sure that all our Malawian brothers and sisters in need are helped during the time.
Each household has received a food pack containing 20 kg of maize flour, cooking oil, beans, soya pieces, and salt. The same gesture has been extended to households affected by hunger in Mulanje district. Chisomo Break, MBC News, Cholo.
1,500 families that have been affected by hunger in Nsanje will have all the reasons to celebrate Christmas this year following cash donations from the Malawi Red Cross Society. The initiative is a response to the Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Report, which indicates that over 4 million people are food insecure in the country. Simeon Boyce with the details.
10, 20, 8, 4, 50,
These are some of the beneficiaries who are receiving 90,000 kwacha cash every household in the area of traditional authority Chimombo in Nsanje. Speaking during the distribution exercise at Kanjedza and Matundu primary schools in the area, Malawi Red Cross Society Emergency Operations Coordinator Louis Tobe Solomoni says they embarked on the initiative to ensure that no one dies of hunger.
So Malawi Red Cross sought funding from partners, especially International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, IFRC, but also Danish Red Cross. So we mobilized about 2.4 billion Malawi kwacha to support 4,300 households in Blantyre, Chikwawa and Nsanje. So in Nsanje we are targeting TH Mombo with about 1,462 households, and partially TH Nyachikadza, where we are targeting around 38 households. In total we have 1,500. That translates to about 7,500 people. But in Nsanje alone, there are about 26,000 households that are food insecure. So this is just part of the support that Red Cross is contributing to make sure that people are actually supported this period.
One of the beneficiaries, Chris Tito, commended Red Cross Society of Malawi for the assistance, which she said will help her buy food and a mat. Malawi Red Cross Society says it has devised a way that will monitor corruption and ensuring that the cash donations are being used for the intended purposes. Simeon Boyce, MBC News, Nsanje.
Board chairperson for the Zomwe, Muchana Kwaye Mpuluka, has urged the leaders of cultural heritage groups in the country to support traditional leaders, describing them as crucial in attaining the country's development aspirations. Mpuluka made the call in Zomwe during a Lomwe ceremony marking new identification of Chief Akujisanga as a legitimate traditional leader. James Kachepa with a report.
The ceremony, which happened under Lomwe tradition, attracted presence of the Secretary to the Government, Justin Saidi, Mulakwa Lomwe member of Board of Trustees, Felix Damblas, and Muchana Kwaye Mpuluka, who is the board chairperson for the cultural grouping. In his remarks, this is part of what Mpuluka said.
A custodian of culture, and they are also people that are supposed to work with government in order that our people should benefit from the development. You understand, chiefs play a very big role in our development. They encourage people to take part in all developmental issues, including works to do with the lords and everything.
Echoing the board chairperson is the group of village Mindano, who urged all traditional leaders to support the TPP-led government in developing the country.
I am appealing to all traditional chiefs across the country to join hands and support the ruling government and its visionary leadership. Even people here are happy with the current leadership. So it is important as a chief to work with the ruling government because it helps a lot in making sure that people benefit from the government plans and also in achieving national goals.
chimanga kuti kalandira songa abeso chifukwa chakuti uzizowa kuti ndikapanga zine mulandu koma boma tilemekeze suka boma ndifeto sana.
Lomwe traditional dances, food and attire are some of the things which spiced up the event of marking a new chapter of identifying the chief Akuyisinga as a legitimate traditional leader, which took place at Mikui Prison Ground in the Traditional Authority Mwambo in Zomba. James Kachepa, MBC News.
You are watching the morning edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah urges councils to prioritize vulnerable groups in the ongoing rain season response program. Science and environmental journalists challenged to take a leading role in reshaping communication regarding climate change and the environment. And police in South Africa launch a manhunt for the suspects of a shooting that has killed 9 people and left 10 others wounded. Welcome back. Contractual issues are said to have affected completion of construction works for the Mzuzu University Library. Vice Chancellor of the University, Wells Singini, told members of the Parliamentary Committee on Education when they inspected the project. Meanwhile, the committee has challenged stakeholders to ensure the construction works resume before end January next year. Musa Seche reports.
As part of its duties, Parliamentary Committee responsible for education inspected some projects, including the progress in the construction works of Mzuzu University Library. The visit comes as the project continues taking time to be completed, with about 3 years beyond the deadline. Upon the visit, the situation did not impress the committee. In narrating the challenges, this is what the University Vice Chancellor, Wells Singini, told the committee.
What has delayed the works at the library are contractual issues. It's not financing. Yeah, we had the issues to sort out in terms of contract for both the contractor and the consultant. Their contracts ended. We had to review, to reassess, to reevaluate the remaining works. So based on that, we had also to seek clearance from PPDA. Clearance in terms of time and cost extension. And I want to assure you that as of today, we have already received one clearance to engage a new consultant. So we have a new consultant in place. It means works will have to resume.
In reaction, the committee chairperson, Mutani Tambara, challenged the players to expedite the works.
The project will start again soon. Everything with the PPDA, they've cleared that. And they're starting the project very soon. There's already funds lying there for that project. So if it starts, say, next month, that means it will complete. Funds are already there. It is only the paperwork that needs to be done with the consultant, and the project will start.
Once completed, the project is expected to ease students' challenges on access to learning resources. Musa Secheyo, MBC News, Mzuzu.
Science and environmental journalists have been challenged to take a leading role in reshaping how climate change and environmental issues are communicated, with calls for clear, people-centered reporting that can drive action and promote sustainable solutions. Head of Renewable Energy at Mzuzu University, Crispin Gogoda, made the appeal in Lilongwe when he presided over the annual Congress for the Association of Environmental Journalists. Jenjen Samba has the details.
Science and environmental journalists from across Malawi have been urged to take a leading role in driving climate action by producing clear, engaging and impactful stories. Speaking at the 2025 Association of Environmental Journalists Malawi annual general meeting, Mzuzu University's head of renewable energy, Crispin Gogoda, said journalists must simplify complex climate issues so that all citizens can understand and engage with them. He noted the media's key role in promoting clean energy, emphasizing that informed reporting can raise awareness of sustainable options such as solar, wind and hydropower.
We've been able to provide trainings for people like journalists, people in offices, civil society organizations and many other players, because energy issues are multi-sectoral. It's not one dimension, it's not just technical issues. We also have got social dimensions associated with energy. For example, when you look at issues to do with adoption to clean cooking, you're going to see that one of the major challenges is the human aspect, maybe say behavioral change affecting adoption levels.
Former AEJ President and Malawi's 2063 Environmental Sustainability Champion Matthews Malata said journalists have the power to drive climate action and respond to the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution. Malata called for innovative and people-centered reporting, urging journalists to place communities at the heart of their stories while exploring new ways to support impactful journalism. AEJ Malawi President Titus Lindsay thanked the Civil Society Network on Climate Change, CISONEC, and the Center for Environmental Policy and Advocacy, CEPA, for supporting the AGM, saying their contribution will strengthen science and environmental journalism in the country.
We expect our members to engage an extra gear because you have learned a lot from our experts. We had the energy experts, land and environmental experts. It's my expectation and my hope and the hope of the association that our members will put that knowledge into full use so that it benefits the local Malawians.
The meeting brought together more than 60 journalists from different media houses under the theme Youth Inclusivity in Advancing Scientific Understanding in Combating Climate Change and Environmental Depredation. Jean Jinsamba, MBC News, Lilongwe.
The Seventh-day Baptist Church in Naperi Blantyre has called for deep and strong leadership in various religious settings for the advancement of the country's development. Resident pastor for the church, Kingsley Gauti, said this at Naperi during a ceremony when 19 pastors who completed a leadership training course were awarded certificates.
We had leadership training. Initially we had about 24 students who enrolled for this training, but as you have seen inside there, about 19 of them have graduated. We are just stewards. So a steward is a person who is looking after the God's things. So as stewards, we need to have training so that we can know what we are supposed to do.
In his remarks, one of the facilitators of the training, Pastor Charles Kamando, said such trainings will upgrade the capacity of local clerics, a development that will reduce dependency on foreign clerics for church leadership.
The church decided to train some leaders, as you heard me when I was speaking inside during the graduation ceremony, that the problem that we have as a Christian church is that we are importing leaders. Most of the leaders that we are using in the church are not trained as church leaders. They are trained outside as secular leaders. As a result, they are employing in the church the principles of leadership that are not supposed to be employed in the church. So the church decided to train its own leaders.
Nico Assets Managers Limited has reaffirmed its commitment to nurturing critical thinking among young people by continuing its sponsorship of the National Schools Chess League. Head of Portfolio and Development Management for the company, Tumusime Msimuko, made the remarks at Mzuzu International Academy during the 2025 National Schools Chess League finals. 14 secondary school teams from all the country's education divisions took part in the finals. Ludovico Nyirenda reports.
Nico Asset Managers Limited, Head of Portfolio and Development Management, Tumusime Msimuko, said the sponsorship goes beyond chess, as it also promotes financial literacy, enabling learners to plan, think critically, and make informed decisions for their future.
As a financial institution, we would like to ensure that there's financial literacy, that everybody in Malawi understands the importance of planning, thinking ahead, taking the right steps so that you can achieve what you want to achieve in future. Our motto is invest today for tomorrow. So we want to ensure that from a young age, we prepare children that are going to grow up as very strong leaders that are able to think critically, and that way they'll be able to develop the economy.
In the girls category, St. Anthony Secondary School emerged champions, receiving gold medals, dictionaries, smartphones, and chess sets, while Rubaira Secondary School also emerged winners in boys categories and received similar prizes. Atsikana Paulendo came out as runners-up in girls category, while in boys category, Masongola Secondary Schools claimed second position, walking away with the silver medals, dictionaries, smartwatches, and chess sets. Vice President of the Chess Association of Malawi, Chess Sam Francis Kadzura, praised Nico Asset Managers Limited, describing the sponsorship as a major milestone in the development of chess in Malawi.
Expect explosive. I know we trust, we are always aiming high. We began with 210 participants, up to 400 participants. We expect 1,000 participants, and that's why Nico Asset Managers are our proud sponsors for the development of the youth in Malawi.
Meanwhile, President of the Malawi Secondary Schools Association, MASA, Blackson Malamula, has urged schools across the country to take sporting rules seriously to promote discipline and fairness. The finals marked the third consecutive year that Nico Asset Managers Limited has been sponsoring the National Schools Chess League in Malawi. Rudovico Nyirenda, MBC News, Muzuzu.
In international news, police in South Africa have launched a manhunt for the suspects of a shooting that killed 9 and left 10 others wounded. The incident occurred at a licensed tavern in Johannesburg, Bekatso Township. According to Reuters, about 12 unknown suspects in a white minibus and a silver sedan opened fire at the tavern patrons and continued shooting randomly as they fled the scene. The police said the motive for the shooting would be determined by investigation.
According to Gauteng Deputy Provincial Commissioner Major General Fred Kekana, 12 unknown suspects in a white minibus and a silver sedan opened fire at the tavern patrons and continued shooting randomly as they fled the scene. The police say the motive for the shooting remains unknown.
Currently, the motive is still unknown. We appeal to our community to assist us in ensuring that those communities who might have seen this white quantum and grey Toyota Etios leaving a certain property or house, or they know any of the occupants or drivers, please let them share that with us, or they have number plates of those vehicles. Let them share it with us so that we can be in a position to follow up and deal with them.
Earlier this month, at least 11 people, including a child, were shot dead at a hostel near Pretoria. 63 people were killed every day on average between April and September this year, according to figures. Reports show that South Africa has one of the highest murder rates in the world. Toson Magombo, MBC News.
Well, that item concludes this edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah urges councils to prioritize vulnerable groups in the ongoing lean season response program. Science and environmental journalists challenged to take a leading role in reshaping communication regarding climate change and the environment. And police in South Africa launch a manhunt for the suspects of a shooting that has killed 9 people and left 10 others wounded. Visit our digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen, or get the latest news by subscribing to SMS services by dialing *364#. You are with me, Opile Kaisa. Many thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.
Sabara ino mu program ya Woman Talk.
Masiku ano anathu situkwalera bwino tikwalera ndithu pa chilolo.
Pena kwauzana ajotazizo kuti kuli chinangwa kunjaku chimadyedwa.
Ana amene watu tisaiwale akukula ndi ajama kavutika kapita kubanja.
Phunzitsa mwana adakali wang'ono akadzakula sazachokamu.
Ngati makolo nawo sana kule bwino komwe akuchokerako sakudziwa kulera kwa ana aphunzirira kuti
mmene anali ana samadziwa kuti kodi uyu ndingamuyankhule bwanji, apita ku banja kumene kuja kungophwasula zoti uyu ndi mamuna.
Komano makolo ife talephera.
Kunja kuno kuli imfa. Ambuye yamazandinyamula ndapita mwana wanga uja ndinamulera pa chilolo.
Timanena kuti ine navutika kwambiri, sindikufuna mwana wanga avutike. You don't know.
Christmas colors. Join me in this edition of Contemporary Christmas Colors. This is where happiness, love, and
agamula kutuka akupita kundende
Basibule
ndendo kundende mndama
kulephera kunena kuti nisindi madziwa ndipo ajaja mtima ubasa akasembe
amadebula kupita kundende
munthu akuti samadziwa chilichonse.
inu musakhale ngati amatebule omangidwa chifukwa chakuti sakudziwa malamulo. Onerani programu ya malamulo akutinji lachinayi lililonse nthawi ya 1:30 masana komanso lachisanu lililonse nthawi ya 3 koloko masana kuti mudziwe ena mwa malamulo a dziko lino. Pajatu amati kusadziwa ndi kufa komwe.